So let's call this this premium 1 up to 10. So I'm going to take the return of this L1 portfolio minus return on the risk-free rate, calculate it for all of them, and fill that in. And if I took these, oh, here's something I'm going to do. I'm going to, let's see, since I don't need these raw returns anymore, I'm going to hide those columns because I want to see stuff. And at this point, I don't want to see them either. You could always select the columns around the hidden stuff and hit unhide, okay? And to make those a little bit uh, I just want to maximize the viewable real estate here. And remember, in this case, so these are the risk premiums. So I'm gonna the color of, no, that's still dark green, okay. This means small 10% of the stocks performed about 1.1% per month above the risk-free rate, and the largest only 0.36, okay? And if you look at the standard deviation, it's almost 3 times once you take the variation of, oh, I made a mistake here, and you didn't tell me. Let's see. Let me unhide these. When I did this formula, it refers to the risk-free rate, but this one doesn't, which means I need to fix this one, but I need to fix only the column. So there's a dollar in front of the N. And oops. As you can see, it keeps referring to the same column as I wanted it. Let's hide these again. Just for what I'm going to do next, I don't need to see them. And let's color that dark blue. I don't know why I'm not getting. Okay, now it's better. All right. Now we can calculate the beta of each of those portfolios. And let's remember what beta was in terms of Excel function. Correlation of X and Y multiplied by standard deviation of the left-hand side variable divided by the right-hand side variable. So Corel is the name of the function. It has two arguments, and they can be in any order since it's the market risk premium, and we're gonna fix that. And risk premium on the portfolio. Right now, I just did the correlation, and it is not terribly surprising that this is a very high correlation. After all, it is the same market, right? If market tanks, there's not going to be any portfolio that's immune from that. For now, let's just do correlation. It's not a bad idea. But as you can see, correlation is much higher for larger stocks. That kind of also makes sense since the market portfolio is value weighted. A large portion of the weight is on the largest stocks. If you look at the S&P 500, the weight of the biggest 20 companies is probably over 90%. So this is not terribly surprising either. Let's look at the beta. Beta is correlation times standard deviation of the market portfolio divided by standard deviation of portfolio at hand. Or is it the other way around? It's the other way around. Remember, X is let me see. Yeah. This doesn't make sense to me. No, it's the other way around. Stupid me. Y is the portfolio at hand. So standard deviation of the portfolio at hand divided by standard deviation of the market. Okay. Well, at least as a rough approximation, it gets the direction right. The higher is the beta, the higher is the reward. Okay. So we get that. Second thing we're going to look at, I'm going to insert one more. Alpha. You can spell it in different ways. The mean of the dependent variable minus beta times the mean of the independent variable. Technically speaking, we would look at statistical significance for those, but I'm going to worry about economic significance. Let's think about a return of excess return of 0.15%. Okay, that sounds small, but that's more than 15% of the mean itself. Okay. If you think about that, the annualized version, that's about 2% a year. If you have a portfolio that makes you're a portfolio manager, let's say all the assets actually follow the CAPM, but you're a portfolio manager and you go in and out of different stocks, so that over time you have an alpha of almost 2%. You would be a star in portfolio management business. Here is what 2% means over uh, over 40 years. Over 40 years, that would be doubling the money, right? This is just the excess part. Or alternatively, let's say basic return is 1.08, extra is 1.08 plus 1.79, no, 0.15, I'm sorry. If you're doing monthly. Let's calculate the value of $1 invested for 40 years at that rate.